Hello everyone, welcome to a clear-cut roadmap for the last 60 days. So hello everyone, welcome to this evening, and we are here at roadmap talk about last 60 days. Today's roadmap for last 60 days, and that's what the today's this. So hello everyone, welcome to this evening. And we are here at roadmap talk about last 60 days. Today's roadmap for last 60 days. And that's what. So clear your MRCG part 1 in your first attempt, and that too just 2 months. How does that sound? So today we are going to talk about your crash course strategy for July 26, which is starting today. And today is the orientation, so you are at the right time, at right place. And I am here to guide you how we can go ahead. So I am Dr. Bhavna Khera, founder and CEO of MRCOG Courses LP, and we are here to finalize your final step towards the success. So let's see why 60 days is enough. I think since morning till evening, I get almost innumerable messages talking about is 60 days enough or not. So today we are going to talk about this particular answer to this specific question. 60 days is just enough. It is just a right time, particularly if you are taking a smart step. I'm not talking about the hardworking students, I'm talking about the smart working students. If it is too long, like 6 to 12 months for part 1, right? It is scattered, self study. Some days you are too busy and you think that, oh, okay, I've got too many days, so let's just wait. So, and this is all like, and whatever you read, you keep forgetting and all this. So, 6 to 12 months of scattered self study leads to fatigue, wasted time, and forgetting what you read first. Otherwise, it is too little. If the time is too little, if you're going to delay further, like you are delaying for next 10, 15 days, it's a panic. Rushing through 15 subjects without structure means gaps everywhere, and the exam will find every one of them. So, it is very important to go through the right way and the right path. 60 days, it's just enough because the focused, high yield, with the right balance of content, revision, and mock practice. All three are important components. See, first thing is you have to cover. So when it comes to covering the subject, you have to be very, very focused. Second thing is a good revision. Revision is also very important. Reading once does not matter. So you should have a filtered content which you can at least revise 3 times, and then lot of question practice. Question practice too in exam like pattern, like the way you are going to have an exam. And in that case, like 2 ways. You are simply learning with the questions, but then timed mocks are equally important. So that is what exactly our crash course delivers. So our students study 70% less than self-study candidates and score higher. So today you are also going to know about that particular strategy which we follow for all of you. So you have booked your exam and you know how much it feels like what it pinches. Exam fee, I've written it less, right? But at the current rate, it is almost like, I think, 90,000. And then you have certain days you have spent on the studies and the emotional toll in the family and you, I just can't take on it. And maybe your delayed career progression as well. But what about like if you had the insurance that is a proven system where majority of the students pass? So 100% pass rate for the students who follow the exact plan, access until your July exam, and it starts immediately. So if you are ready to take that insurance today, then I am here to tell you the correct strategy of it. First thing first, know your exam, because unless and until we know that what is the importance of what particular subject, what subjects I should read and what subjects I should leave. Unless and until we know those, we cannot make a proper strategy. So know your exam, part 1 format. What is the paper 1 and paper 2. There are two papers. Majority of like you guys like keep on asking like how many questions, how many minutes, how we will do this, what type of questions are there. So this slide will give you the answer of all these questions. So the subjects in the paper 1 will include anatomy, biochemistry, embryology, endocrinology, epidemiology and statistics, genetics and physiology. While your paper 2 includes the biophysics, clinical management, data interpretation, immunology, microbiology, pathology, and pharmacology. Right? So these are the various subjects which are included in your papers. Now, if you look at anatomy, biochemistry, embryology, and you immediately think of like, oh my God, who is going to read this and how I'm going to cover all this? So the good thing is with us, this every subject is covered in a number of hours, the matter of hours, right? So when I say anatomy, it is hardly 6, 7, 8 hours, maybe maximum 10. Biochemistry, I would say only 4 hours. So you can do it in one day only, right? Embryology may be like 5, 6 hours. So you can finish it in 2 days. So that's how the things are when you come to the less study time. And definitely, if you are thinking somewhere in the behind, is this enough? Is it enough to spend 4 hours on the biochemistry? Then yes, we have a proof. We have a this tested system over, I mean, innumerable candidates across the world. So this is the tested thing, and you can easily follow this in your busy schedules, which is a very, very important thing. Because if I tell you like you have to read the embryology from a book, how many hours you are going to take? Can you just imagine that? But with us, it is like hardly 5 hours, 6 hours. So maybe you can sit 2 days and finish your subject. And that's how the things are. So anatomy, biochemistry, embryology, and the most subject which makes you panic, the most important subject, that is epidemiology and statistics. So we are doing it first, right? So if you really want to get hold of this epidemiology and statistics, you have to start today because we are in the biostatistics. This is one which makes you panic. So we will cover this first so that we give you a 50 questions, very good collection, which you solve 2, 3 times and you get 100% marks in your exam in this subject. And I'm going to make this in the first so that you are then, okay, now my this subject is prepared. This was my nightmare, but finally this subject is prepared. So that's how this is going to work for you. So that is why it is very important that you follow the crash course schedule from the very beginning. If you have booked your exam, you don't have any day to wait. Now it's time to be on your toes and into the studies. What about the paper two? Biophysics. Oh my God, what is this subject? Is it new? No, it is not new, but yes, there are certain things which we need to remember. Again, if you have a very fixed content, like hardly I think 3 to 4 hours of content for this particular subject, and you can get all your questions right. So are you ready for that quick practice? Clinical management, data interpretation, largely you need to have the management options from the guidelines, right? It is not, I'm not talking about the generalized management which you all have been doing in your practices. Here you need to follow the RCOG guidelines exactly. So giving you exactly what the RCOG wants from you is the one which is the most important thing here. So clinical management, data interpretation, immunology, microbiology, pathology, pharmacology. So all these are the very, very important clinical subjects. And if at all, let me tell you, if you at all you are thinking that ma'am should tell what are the important subjects which I should do and what are the subjects which I can leave, oh my God, then I'm not the right person because I am not going to tell you to leave anything. I'm not going to tell you to leave anything. Why? Because there is no difficult subject. You can cover these subjects in a few hours. So even if you are ready to spend 1 or 2 days in any particular subject, do that subject. Do not leave it. Increase, have the maximum probability of passing in the exam. And I know what is the subject which comes into your mind when you think about leaving that subject. That's the statistics, that's the genetics, that's the biophysics. Am I right? So you are thinking to leave those subjects? No, biostatistics will actually make you score very high marks. You can get 80% plus marks if you are good at biostatistics. And that's what our students do. So 200 questions will be there in the exam, two papers. Paper 1 is 100, paper 2 is 100 questions. And every paper is 2.5 hours and 50% marks are split. Single best answers is the pattern in which you get a STEM and there are 5 options. So you have to choose out of these one correct option. This is a demo question, right? One of our favorite questions of RCOG about the sepsis. You know, sepsis is a very favorite subject of RCOG. So you cannot leave that subject of sepsis. So 24-year-old presents at 27 weeks in a second pregnancy. Feeling unwell with backache, fever and rigors. Temperature is 39.5. Urine analysis shows leukocytes and proteins. Blood pressure is 80 by 50 millimeters of mercury. Which action is most appropriate? So now when we are looking at what is the most appropriate action in this particular patient, now what is the scenario here? Temperature is 39.5. Urine analysis shows leukocytes and proteins and BP is 80 by 50. So patient is actually in the septic shock. So definitely we need to start the antibiotics. We need to send the blood cultures. But what is the first and foremost thing to do? Admit to ICU and HDU. Okay. Now let me change this a question. Change a bit in this question. So now your temperature here is 36.8. Now what you will do? If I tell you the temperature is 36.8, now what you will do? Do you want to answer this question? Do you want to answer this question? If it is 36, what you will do? Yeah, I am just looking for the answers in the chat here. So, yes. So anybody is going to answer, like if it is 36.5, then what is the correct answer here? Anybody is going to answer? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So if it is going to be 36.9, remember hypothermia is also a feature of sepsis. So in that case, still it is sepsis. And because it is sepsis, so the answer will be same as well. So patient is still in the septic shock and still she has to go to HDU or the ICU because both the things, either it is hypothermia or it is hyperthermia, both can be the features of sepsis. Now, this is one thing which needs to be pointed out, right? If this has been pointed out to you in the class, this is good. You are good to go and there are correct answers here. And I'm happy to say that these are my students, Priya Gadkar, Dr. Dadu, Dr. Niharika. So very good. Nice. So 3 subjects that trip up 70% of the candidates. So first and foremost, it is the statistics and epidemiology. It's the trap, not used in the daily practice. Feels quite foreign. Oh my God, who is going to read that? But it appears in both papers. And our fix is 50 focused question test, which will help you master the highest score in the subject. And that test is going to be delivered to the students on Saturday, right? So Saturday is the day for that particular test. So if at all you are not prepared for the statistics, prepared, get yourself prepared because just 2 more days and you are going to get those precious 50 question set, which you can easily work on. Clinical management, the trap. You follow your country's guidelines daily, but RCOG wants their guidelines. We summarize all guidelines into exam ready notes and no guideline reading is needed. Just one slides, right? It is such like if you have a question about the ovarian cyst, go by these 3 points. If you have a question about the anovulation, go by these drugs. So this very clear and small version of it, that is just one slide version of these, which you can use to solve all your questions. Endocrinology and genetics, rare things because we do not deal with them in the daily practice, but step-by-step framework makes even P degree analysis simple and scoreable. Simple rules. When you put up the systems, you put up the rules, the things become very easy. So what we are going to do in the crash course, right? What we are going to do in the crash course. So basically for this, we are going to focus on totally the question practice and what is going to become, what part of the syllabus that is going to come in exam, that is totally focused on the crash course. So for every module, you have certain videos which you will be watching and solving the questions. We have arranged all the recalls subject wise. So like the biostatistics is going on, so you will watch the videos and you will solve the recalls of the biostatistics, and we are always there to ask to answer your questions. And then you receive a mock test that you solve after going through these all content, and then we do a live session to discuss all your questions. All the questions will be discussed along with the repeatedly asked points. Okay, repeatedly asked points which are repeatedly taken in the exam questions. So this is what we are going to discuss for the every subject, and this is how we are going to give you the filtered and the refined content with the daily planners, like what is the daily task, so that you can just blindly follow that. No need to make your own schedule, no nothing, no extra sources required, just keep following that. And it covers all 15 subjects. So once this is done, so we are giving you 2 times revision, right? So all this worksheets, live sessions, mock, and mocks, remember, these are the timed mocks in the exam like pattern. You will be sitting with your screen and you will be solving the questions exactly in the exam like pattern. That is like making you prepared for the final day. If you have to run a marathon, you have to run every day, and that is what we make you run every day. And see, you will see a difference. The first day when you join us, solving 30 questions may take even 1 hour, but as you go through, you will find that you are solving 100 questions, because that is the thing we are going to do in the crash course. So now students have to ask 100 questions every day. So you will start with the 30, go on to the 50 questions every day, go on to 60, 80, and within 10, 15 days, you will see that you can easily solve 100 questions. And that should be the target for the last few days. From where these questions will come? You already have those questions on the website. You have the worksheets, you have the recalls worksheets, and you have the mock test. So everything is on the website. You don't need to find any questions. You already have. And then you have to revise them 3 times. So worksheets, live sessions, mock tests, recalls, and the doubts are totally clear. And whatever gap analysis you find in the mocks, we are always there to work with you in those sessions. So full mock papers, mock discussions, and that will help you build the confidence. So first refine, then I'll make you revise, and that's how you will rejoice. So what is the pattern? As I just told you, going through the videos, solving the worksheets. So let's start with the videos, solve the worksheets, and then do the mocks and the recalls, and then we have the live interactive sessions where we'll solve questions. So totally question based practice is going to be there for next 2 months. And let me tell you, your 90% of the paper will come from these questions. That happens every time. 90% I'm saying on the lower side, it can be actually more as well. So you will have a daily study planners, which you can easily follow. And the doubt group is there where easily these things will be solved. So if you are going with the full course, you of course have the access till pass as well. So no time limits, no extra fees, and your success is a commitment. So these are the questions which are repeatedly asked to me. Do I need any other content? No. Just follow this. This website is your book, right? So start from one end, go to the end, and then you can just revise and replicate. And how many hours content, right? It is 40 to 50 hours content, which I need. And that's why I say that you can easily revise this 2 to 3 times because you have enough time. Is this material enough? Yes, this is a tested material by hundreds of students, and they have passed in one attempt with a very good marks. So yes. Are there enough questions? Oh my God, there are plenty of questions. You have questions from all important things and topics. And will I get an exam like timed mocks? Yes, you will get exam like timed mocks as well. Exactly. See, you have worksheets which you can use to learn the questions, like practice the questions, and you have mock tests which will give you exactly exam like practice. So both the things are there. And something which I need to announce today is all those candidates who are starting now crash course with us will also have 10-day SBS streak at the end. So this will be your final 10-day intensive practice of the single best answers, totally based on the repeatedly asked recent questions. So 10-day SBS streak at the end is a gift from the MRCOG courses. So our students, their results, 99% plus overall pass rate, 100% for plan followers, 32 plus countries worldwide, and 500 plus students trained. So I appreciate her brilliant efforts in designing this course in such an easy way. In spite of being busy and having so many odds, I could manage to complete my course and clear my exam. Students are scoring 83, 84, 88%. Statistics becomes their strongest subject, and that's how we make you prepare for this. Now, the students who are already running for the full course with us, they already have access to the crash course and they do not need to buy. With us, it's an advantage that if you buy a full course, it has access till pass and it has access to crash course, SBS streak, everything, right? So now there is a repeatedly asked question to me like where I will find the crash course. So no need to worry about that. Crash course sessions are they are already marked in your schedule as the recalls live session, and you can see before every recall live session there is a test day as well. So for that particular subject the test link will be shared, which you can do at your own time, but take out time. Like if it is a 1 hour test, take out 1 hour, sit and do it properly, right? So that you can actually judge yourself. So take out 1 hour time, do it, and then next day we will have a session to discuss those points as well as the important points. So these will be posted on your website as a separate module down after all the subjects. There will be recalls July 2026, and there you will find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the subjects recalls there. And yes, it will be conducted for all the modules. So this is how the full course students are going to access their recall this crash course sessions. Okay, so you don't need to worry. The way you are reading, you will keep on reading, but now the sessions, because the full course that all subject sessions are going to end, so now these sessions are going to begin and you will have your second revision and the third revision in the form of 10-day SBS streak as well. For those who want to start now with us, you have booked your exam and now you are looking for like what to go about, right? So that is the part 1 crash course, that is 21,999, and it is GST inclusive. So we are not, there's nothing extra about it, and you will get all the content, but the excess is till your July exam. For our full course, the excess is till you pass. And of course, because you are starting with the MRCOG courses, so you are bound to pass anyway. We take your success as the full commitment. And this is your access till July 2026 exam. But what can be the more discounted? The more discounted is the part 1 and part 2 combo, the most beneficial. This is the best value, not just in terms of the price, but also in terms of the kind of clarity and the kind of knowledge it gives to you. This is further more about it. So financial benefit is definitely one thing where you are saving 10,000, but on the other hand, you get an overview of like things starting from part 1 to part 2. So that gives you an exact clarity. Like if I'm saying that you have to read the brain, why you have to read the brain? But when you know that headache in pregnancy is going to come in part 2, then you have the clarity, right? Why I'm reading this. So like you know that what is the benign intracranial hypertension, how it presents. So that is why it is important to understand the CSF pressure and the CSF flow. So that kind of a continuity it gives, and that makes you actually have a clear overview of the picture. And that is what is about 71,999. And everything in part 1 course, complete part 2 course is included, and both courses have access till pass. So you are getting all the advantages of the part 1 full course in just 15,999. One is the investment and full MRCO journey up to your part 2. But only 60 days to the July exam. So every day you wait is the day less to prepare. So you need to enroll today. That's it. You might be thinking like, oh my God, how much I need to spend, but that's not the way, because you have already spent so much in the booking. So now this is the time to actually make it smarter investment. Can I really pass by studying less? So yes, you are not studying less. First thing, because many times like students come and say, oh, just by doing these 2-3 hours of the videos, I'm going to do it. Yes, you are not studying less, you are studying smarter. We have filtered out the content 80% that does not come in the exam, and our 100% pass rate for plan followers proves this works. I'm too busy with my practice. Most of our students are working doctors. The daily planner gives you a 2 to 3 hour day study schedule, and live sessions are also recorded, and you can go through them at your own pace. What if I still don't pass? In that case, like if you think there are some hurdles or the challenges in your life, then better is you go for the full course, because full course has the access till you pass. So that's a very good thing which you can go about. So start your MRCOG journey today. 60 days, one crash course, one attempt, and free trial, and you can book a call with me as well. Your successes are commitment, and that's why I am here. So I think you all got the good idea of it, like how you will be reading in this for the with the crash course, and how you will be following that. So I think that gives you a clear overview of that all. And now the session is open for your questions. And this is the number where you can actually leave your queries if anybody is looking to enroll. Okay, but I can see majority of our students already here in the session. So just let me know. Yeah. So this is the number you can actually contact us. And any questions, I will be happy to take up all the questions. So, yeah. Yes. Any questions from anyone? Yes, you can write your questions in the live chat. I can take up all your questions. Yes. Okay. So any questions in the live chat? Anything? Anything you guys want to ask or say? Any questions? Yes, so I think that gave you a clear overview. Yes, we are going to hold this test for all the subjects, right? For all the subjects. Where can I find the planner from today, ma'am, like as to keep up with the mocks? That is in your intro section. In your intro section of the website, there is a schedule tab. You can find your schedule in the download section, and it is also there in the course group telegrams file section. Okay, so you can find it there. Okay. I have not, as far as enrolled for the exam, so there are no worries. You can just now attend those sessions and get a hold of the subject. And once we start for the July batch again, then you can start. And meanwhile, you have access to everything. See, those who are for July, they also have access to all the live sessions, and they also have access to everything in the course. Okay, so don't waste your time and start from here. Okay, take one subject and start from there. So I have to see all videos for 2 days and then to follow the live sessions. Yes, do the videos and solve the recall questions, recall worksheets. That's the most important thing. And then you will get the mock test link, solve those, and then we will have the live session. So number one is watch the video. Okay, watch the video. Then number two is do your recall worksheets. And then number three is do the mock. and number 4 is live session. So that is the 4th step for every particular subject. We are going to follow that. Will the videos be recorded and accessed later on? Yes, you can access your recordings. Like at night, usually the session is conducted. So next day morning, the recording is uploaded and you can see there. Thank you, Dr. Rohita. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Any other questions from anyone? Should I start with the session of anterior abdominal wall? You can. Yes. Or you can follow what we are doing, like we are doing the biostatistics, so you can start from there as well. It's totally your choice. Okay. Yes. Any more questions? So good to have you all today evening. I hope it is clear now, like how the crash course is going to be, because I was getting a lot of queries and a lot of questions. So I think I've answered all of those. Any other questions you guys have? So almost everyone ready to rock the exam? Who all is ready to rock the exam and who all thinks that they can do now in this particular time period and they are going to pass and be in the part 2 by July? Let me see how many of you answer the yes in the chat box. Today at 9:30 p.m. there is a live session for biostatistics. It will be discussion of the question. No, actually live sessions you can see in the schedule. Live session is tomorrow, but this is the Telegram discussion. We do these discussion sessions so that that's a kind of an extra question practice which we do so that it keeps the sessions interactive. And it gives you a good revision of the questions. So that is the extra sessions which are usually they are conducted on 2 to 3 times a day. I have passed MRCG question bank. We should solve them also along with yours. Totally your choice, because I would say that we already have enough questions on the website. Probably you spend more time by repeating the things rather than going on to more and more things. Rather try to repeat the things, because single reading does not help and you need to revise 2-3 times. So first revise this 3 times. If you are good to go, that's fine. If you have any questions, if you have any extra time, then you can go on to extra sources. But usually this is enough to pass. Okay, yes. Any more questions from anyone? Thank you so much for being such an awesome audience and being so interactive and keeping the vibe going and the success vibe going, I would rather say. So yes, still I haven't seen any thumbs up who are going to pass this exam in next 2 months. I'm looking for those, like, who is ready to pass the exam in next 2 months? Nobody? I'm looking for those thumbs up here. Okay. So here comes, ma'am, kindly repeat the course prices. Okay. So the course prices, as I have told, here it is, right? So part 1 crash course is 21,999. But if you go with the full course, that is 25,999, right? And combo is 71,999. So that is it. Ah, yes, Dr. Khare. We all are ready, ma'am. Yeah, thank you. That's the Josh. That's the thing. And that's the way it is. Yes, Dr. Niharika, she is also ready. So, Dr. Divya, did you get what it is about, or you have any questions about the course prices and course content? Just let me know so that I can answer. Else, you can also take the screenshot of this, and the number is visible, and you can directly call and as well as text to us on the WhatsApp. Okay. Yes. Any more questions? And only 2 people are ready to pass the exam. Rest all are not ready. Only 2 students are ready to pass the exam in few days. Rest all are still thinking, can be done or cannot be done. Is that so? Or it's just the lazy afternoon that nobody wants to fit us? Is it till we pass? Yes, Dr. Divya, it is till we pass when you buy the full course, which is 25,999. Once you buy that, it is till you pass. And the combo plan is also till you pass. Okay, both of these are till you pass. We take your success as our commitment because we have almost 100% pass rate. So that is why we take your success as our commitment. Yes. Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay. So still I've got only two people saying that we are ready to pass. Dr. Khare and Dr. Niharika. Rest all are not very, I mean, they're not sure, or either they are in the lazy afternoon just taking a sleep. So don't want to comment now. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think we can finish the session here. Any more questions from anyone? Okay. Okay, bye bye. Take care, and we'll meet again in the next session. And the next biostatistics live session is tomorrow. So, see you all in that session. Bring your pens and papers ready. We are going to solve the questions as well and going to discuss all your queries. Bye bye. Take care. Bye bye. Have a nice evening ahead. Bye.